Hello, and welcome back, or welcome to a Mental Break podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Simpson, and on today's episode, we have the illustrious, the talented, the bubbly, and the very smart Elia. We have Elia on the show.
Woo, what an intro. Oh my god, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, really teed you up there.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go now.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone, welcome Elia to the show. She was brave enough to come on and speak about her journey with mental health today with us, which is very cool. And we were talking just before we started rolling about like how there still is a bit of stigma towards these conversations in our society, which you feel like in the year of 2025, our Lord, like we should be over that hump by now, you know?
Exactly.
Like, this should be a common thing that everyone talks about, but here we are, still dealing with some stigmatism around it. It's just like, what's going on?
What is going on, guys?
You know? Like,
Yeah.
we should be talking about it more. And so...
We should.
This is the little piece
Everybody
of the
goes
pie.
through it.
Yeah, we're all human. We all experience emotions and shit, and why are we talking about it more, you know?
Totally. Agreed.
Well, Elia, for those that are tuning in and watching, I know Elia because we played a show together back in 2024, right? Last year?
I think so, yeah. I think that was the first one, right?
I think that was
Yeah,
our first show. That we played together recently, too. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think when I first met you, it was our One Beat show last year, right? Our charity show?
Yep.
I believe so, because Daphne was opening up for us that night, and you play with Daphne in her band.
I do.
Yeah, and I think all of us hit it off pretty well that evening. We all got along and all respected each other, and were there for the right reasons, and we've
Super
been kind
cool
of
vibes.
like, yeah, and I think, you know, we've been kind of like internet friends since then.
Yeah,
I've been seeing your posts, you've been seeing our posts, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we had the pleasure of playing with you guys again recently, right? Like was it August?
Yeah, I think it... Oh, yeah, it was August. Yeah, I can't remember.
Like
oh my god, what's
August?
the venue? But yeah,
The
early
Pilots.
August. The Pilot, yes. That was a good show, too.
That was a fun show. We had a really good time at that one.
Yeah.
That's how I know Elia, for those of my fans watching. But for those people tuning in today, tell our audience a little bit about yourself, Elia.
My name's Elia, obviously. I'm going into my last year of university. I'm in a music program. I'm a singer-songwriter. I play guitar, bass, play in a few bands. Music has been a huge way of like just letting it out for me, like an outlet, creative outlet, and writing about my experiences, you know, all the things like heartbreak or like when you're going through like a rough patch or just want to have somewhere to write your thoughts down. But yeah, that's kind of my direction that I'm hoping to go for. Yeah.
Cool. And where did you grow up, Elia? Did you grow up around here, or did you grow up somewhere else?
So I'm originally from Scarborough, but I grew up in like Stouffville, like out in that area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm not too far. I'm kind of just GTA, Markham, Stouffville.
Yeah, our bass player Nick lives in Stouffville.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, small
I call
world.
it the boonies. I call it the
is
boonies.
the boonies.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you could get more boonies than that, but like it's definitely out there.
It's a taste of it. It's like you go and you're like, okay, we're in the farms. There's some homes. There's Chuck's Roadhouse. You can go have a meal if you want. but other than that,
That's so funny. I feel like it's the precursor to the boonies.
Yeah, it's like, let's give them a little taste, and then once you start driving more north, the pre-boonies before you hit like cottage country.
Actual boonies, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Is the word boonies starting to sound weird to you now?
I know, it's like not real anymore.
It's
boonies.
When you have that thing where you say that word too much, you're like, this word's not a word anymore.
No, doesn't exist. Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Well, everyone, that is Elia, and she is on the show today to open up about her mental health journey. But yeah, I know that music's such a big part of your life, so like, why don't we talk about that first a little bit before we get into like the more mental health related stuff? So when did you pick up? This is a big question, but when did you pick up music? Like, when did it become a prevalent thing in your life?
I think it's always been like, I sound so like cliche, but it has always been part of my life. I grew up with like a dad who was a musician as well, like a drummer, a singer, so like constantly having music exposed to me. So I always loved to sing. And then once I hit like elementary school, like obviously I was always in like band, you play trumpet, you play baritone or whatever. And I loved music and I was always good at it, but then I learned guitar in my last year of elementary school. When I went to a new school, my teacher offered a strings program, and that for me like changed it. I was like, yeah, it was a totally different vibe for considering usually the elementary schools do like band orchestra kind of thing, but it was like guitar, mandolin, ukulele. So I picked up the guitar, and like once I did that, I found it helped me start to songwrite, and like so I was like about 13, I guess. And like I haven't put it down since. It was just like, yep, this is right.
Yeah, that was your
so
calling.
It kind of helped me like find my voice in a way and kind of realize like, okay, yeah, no, I want to do music. Like, this is what I'm serious about. This is what I'm good at. Like, I'm like, I don't know if math is going to carry me, guys. I'm not good at math, so I got to figure something else out. Math or science,
totally
not for
fair.
me.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I was weirdly good at geography, though, in high school. I got like a 98 geography.
Nice. That's a win is a win, yeah. You got to know your geographical like areas. It's helpful.
I'm never lost, ever.
Exactly. Directionally,
I know exactly where I am.
challenge people fear you. Like you need to give.
No, I lift them up. I'm like, guys, just follow me.
Just follow me.
I know where I'm
going.
going.
I'll lead the way. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I'm glad we're on the same page with the math and science thing. Never got it.
Yeah. It didn't click, and that's okay. It doesn't have to.
And I'm a server. Like, I gotta do like cash stuff all the time, and I'm like, there's a calculator on the thing. I'm fine.
Literally, me when I'm a cashier, like at a few of my jobs, like when I cash people out, I'm like, how much change? Thank God the computer's telling me you need $5 back.
You're like, okay, good. Otherwise, I'd be like, At least with a server, I can kind of walk back with the cash to like another area, then do it, then bring it back to them. Whereas like, cashier, you're doing it right in front of them, right? So you're like, you gotta be quick.
It's like awkward, and they're like, yeah, you have to give me back that. I'm like, yeah, hold on, I'm trying to figure
give me a
this out.
second. A nickel, a dime.
It's loading.
Yeah, it's buffering.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad that you found your passion so early on, and now you just followed that path the whole way through, and now you're in school for music, right?
Yeah, it's like a business. It incorporates like business and like the live setting and production. There's like a bit of everything. It's cool. It's a very new program, but it's helpful to have those skills when you go into the industry.
I don't remember TMU Ryerson TMU. I don't know, whatever. Back in my day, it was Ryerson. Back in my day, it was Ryerson. TMU. I don't remember TMU having a music program like that, so it makes sense that it's a bit newer.
Yeah, it's only the first graduating class was like last April, so like we're like the fifth cohort really going in. Yeah, like super new, still establishing itself, but it's been great. And like I feel like the biggest part of it was like the networking with like friends and like other people who are like-minded, and you find opportunities to like pursue that when you have like a bunch of people around you trying to do the same thing. So it's been cool just meeting people and having these like friendships that are going to like last a lifetime, and collaboration. And then it exposes you to like work with other people in the industry as well, like
totally.
Obviously how I met you, like through shows, like playing with others and meeting friends. Yeah,
we're here because of that situation, right? So there you go.
Exactly. Yeah,
I mean, I can heavily relate to that because like I went to college at Seneca, like this is years ago now, but they have a program we have two programs for music at Seneca. They have independent songwriting and performance, and then they have independent music production.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so like those were the only programs that I knew of back then that offered the kind of trajectory for like artists to take.
Right.
Because my program was the IPS, like the Independent Songwriter Performance program, and it was basically just like to tee you up to be your own artist and like your own boss, and like kind of get you more prepared to like take care of all the back end stuff of being an artist. Kind of what they don't teach you on the outside if you're just like learning music. Like there's so much business behind being an artist.
For sure.
That like
you have to like become an entrepreneur. Yeah,
quite
totally.
literally. You have to wear so many hats.
And now with the social media grind, it's like, oh my God, there's another thing added to the list of things you have to do.
Yeah, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it.
No, I get you. Yeah. It's a lot of work.
You know?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I will say, like, on the positive side of things, like being in that program, like you said with your program, it's like it opened me up to so many new people that I
Yeah.
wouldn't have met otherwise, right? And that we're all like-minded, we're all there for the same reasons, and like we were all vibing, and like there's so much like different paths to go down to with them. So it's like it really opened up a lot of doors for people. So it's cool that you found a program that you connected with and that you are getting all these opportunities branching out now.
Yeah, and you can like it's nice to be in a space where you feel like you're like just like accepted, you know what I mean? Like your energies, like people kind of you get each other. Like you just understand like on an artist creative level. Like that maybe sometimes
Yeah.
like not everybody else gets, right?
Totally. It's almost like an unspoken thing, really. It's just kind of like innately in you, and like you can read
Yeah.
it from somebody, you know?
Totally. It's like you get it, man.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah, you understand the grind, you understand the mindset.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We're all left brain people,
Exactly.
you know? But yeah, I mean, like, Ella, if you're ready to get into it, I mean, I always ask the guest on and off camera beforehand, and everyone knows it's already watching, but it's just something I've been continually doing in the pod, is to ask like for consent to like talk about your mental health journey, and if you're feeling comfortable enough with me and with us to open up about that kind of stuff today.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. So yeah, I guess just to start us off, like, I always just kind of like let the guest kind of, I guess, kind of unfold or like describe what they feel like they deal with on a daily basis in terms of mental health, like whether they have been diagnosed or not, it doesn't matter. Because, you know, whatever you feel is whatever you feel, and it's valid to you. But yeah, let's just start with like, what kind of mental health stuff do you experience or have experienced?
Yeah. I'd say probably like now with being like doing a lot of things all the time and like starting, you know, to think about the future and like your career. It's definitely burnout would be one of the things, and like I guess like you get anxious and you start to like tend to overthink. I would say for me that's like probably the most, like it would be more of like a burnout situation, or you know, you start overthinking everything and you're like, oh, what am I doing? And then you get into this like spiral of thoughts that you're like, my brain's tricking me basically. But, you know, I guess, so I would say that probably.
Okay. It does sound like a little bit of anxiety in there too.
Yeah.
It sounds like kind of builds upon itself, you know, and it creates that kind of anxious feeling in you.
Yeah, exactly.
When did the burnout start for you? Like, you said it started recently, or has this kind of been like a continuous thread in your life?
I would say like, I think it comes and goes in waves for like me personally, like in terms of like it just depends on how much nonstop has been going on. Like if you're juggling a lot of things at once, like you don't get a good night's sleep and just go. Like I feel like sometimes like the car runs out of gas. Like you, I've realized like it's important that when you're juggling so many things to make more time for yourself to literally just relax. And because sometimes when you're trying to constantly do things, it causes like a crash out, like, you know what I mean? Like for lack of a better term, like a crash out. And you start, and every little thing that might be like subconsciously on your mind suddenly becomes I guess like a part of your thought process, and you're like, why am I worried about like these things that they're not even real, and I'm like making them up in my head. But I would say for me it was just if constantly just have like work and like then you get like a pile of assignments, it's time management. A lot of it too is just kind of learning how to navigate that, but also like making sure that you're not just running on empty and you give yourself time to recharge. I would say that's something I've kind of learned about myself in terms of, you know, having so many things going on at once. So I guess more recently, I guess being in university too, like it's a whole different world of responsibilities. You kind of are starting to adult, and plus that, and then again on a musician level, you're like, am I doing enough for my career? Or, you get in that mindset of like, I should be doing more. But it's like at this stage in your life, you kind of have to like reflect and see like what your priorities are right now. Like it's kind of give yourself a chance to just like look around and kind of evaluate, okay, one thing at a time.
Yeah. It's important for sure. Do you ever find yourself like, this comes up a lot on the podcast, but it's like, do you ever find yourself comparing yourself a lot to other people around you?
Yeah,
like your
I would
peers
say,
or like other artists or in the field or like especially what you're saying, like the music thing, like how it's like you're constantly being like, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Like, do you find that kind of ties in with like that kind of spiraling thought of like, oh, but like so and so is doing this and like so and so is doing that and like I'm still here, like how do I get there, kind of thing? Like, do you find yourself trapped in that kind of comparison thought bubble?
yeah, I think sometimes it's kind of like inevitable for all of us because like as humans we're kind of constantly like, it sucks that that's the reality, but I feel like we have that innate thing to compare ourselves to other people and worry about what other people think, especially in a creative setting, because it's such a vulnerable thing, like sharing your creativity and sharing your music and your art, and you always have that fear of like what are people going to think. Like at least for me that's the reality. It's like I'm putting my thoughts and my stories or just sharing with like the world now, and it's kind of like on display. So I would say,
Right.
yeah, like sometimes it happens. You try to like tell yourself though, like everybody's at a different stage in their lives and different point in their careers, and I try to believe most of the time that everything aligns and is meant to find you when it does. But again, it's so easy to get wrapped up in that when you're like in a slump and you have all your like all this work piling up and you're just like not motivated. Like it's easy to be like, well, so and so is doing this, like I need to lock in and do that too. But sometimes it's like, no, like you're still doing a lot, but you're allowed to like take your time.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's I think you're right on the money right there, where it's like we're all kind of guilty of it at some point in our lives, you know, and I think it'd be hypocritical to say otherwise. Like there's going to be times in your career, in your life, in any aspect that you're going to be comparing it to something, right? Like, I mean, look at social media, for example. Like, that's like the biggest cause in my mind of like where that comparison starts, right? Because you're constantly seeing everyone post all of their best moments, right? So it's like you can't help but see that and be like, oh, well, they're doing this and they're doing that. It's like, why haven't I got there? Why haven't I haven't had this opportunity or whatever, you know? So it's like the art of comparison is such a torturous thing that like we all are guilty of, but it's like, how do we conquer that is the main thing, right? Like, how do we like stop that cycle from starting?
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to because we've now developed like even promoting yourself on social media. Like we were just talking about it earlier, like how that's a whole other job in its own, and that's a whole other like realm of the artist/entrepreneur hat that you have to wear. Like you have to have a presence, you have to have like a branding to connect with audiences, kind of thing. At least in the digital age of things. Yeah.
And that adds another stressor to it, right?
Literally. And it's like, why are we all comparing ourselves? Well, because we're all posting on social media to show each other what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's like weirdly by design, and I hate that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we shouldn't. Here's my thought, and like this is just my opinion, but like I don't know if you've ever experienced this either too. Like you've played a couple of shows now in your career, so it's like you've been around the block a little bit at least. I think I just played my like 200th show, like
Congrats,
last month.
That's awesome.
Which is
nice.
insane. Somewhere around there, I don't know, but I've been playing a lot, and not to throw shade at anybody because that's not who I am, but like, you know, being in this industry of artists, you're gonna find some egomaniacs. It's just part of the job.
Yeah.
But it's just like I'm so tired of this whole like dog eat dog mentality in the industry. It's like, well, I'm better than you, and I'm gonna make it to the top, and like, we're not gonna speak to little bands or all that kind of weird shit, right? It's like, for me, it's like we all want the same thing. We're all here creating art and making music and like speaking our truth and whatever, right? So it's like, why can't we all just get along and try to help each other up? You know, like try to hoist each other up, you know? Like
we're all in this together. Like that's the thing. Like I feel like being a musician is already like you've already signed up for something difficult, but because you love it so much, you're like, it's worth it. It's worth it because I love music. So I think there's like that, if we all kind of approach it with like a humble, like more like, instead of like seeing each other as like competition, I feel like we should kind of view each other as a team in a way, like, because there's enough of that in the world, you know. There's enough, again, the comparison or competing to get to the top. Like, at the end of the day, we all have a passion, and I think giving each other a platform to use it is always like better than being gross about it. Like, let's be like a team. Let's uplift each other. Let's support each other's music and get kind of, if we start making our own, like, what's the word, community as on a local level, like, again, with numbers, you can become something much bigger. And I think too that's like really relevant for like the Toronto scene. Like, we're both in the Toronto music scene. It's quite small, but it's growing, and you know, people are connecting and they're giving, and I think it's cool to see that people are giving each other opportunities to like play shows, and you end up finding some really talented and cool individuals, and some people you might not always jive with, but I guess that's just reality.
I mean, my favorite thing about the Toronto music industry is what you said, basically, Elia. It's like, it's small, but it's growing, but like, it is pretty big, but it's also very small. Because I find, like, once you know somebody in it, that person knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and it's like, then you're instantly connected with like 5 other people because you know that one person.
Yeah, I know. It's like such a like a, it's like a ripple effect. You're just like, oh, you know so and so. Oh, I did this with them, and it's like, oh, that's so cool. It's like, yeah, the world is small, like, for real.
And it literally happens to me every time.
Yeah.
Every single time. If I go to an event where I like don't know any of the bands playing, there's somebody in the crowd that I know.
Yeah.
And then they're there for that band, and then I meet that band, and then they know one of my friends, and it's just like, you know, it's just like,
totally. And then you see
really
also,
are connected.
I find a big thing now is like, I feel like Instagram's become the digital like business card. It's like, what's your Instagram? Let me connect with you. So like, then you look on like the mutuals, it's like, oh, you know this person, so like you start doing the creep, and you're like, mutuals with like 14 other people, and you're like, oh my god, yeah, what?
Yeah, literally. It's funny you say that, because I met somebody like last week at an event, and we exchanged Instagrams, and it turns out we had like 56 mutuals, and I was like, what the hell?
That's crazy. Yeah.
How have I not run into you by now? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, right?
It was so funny, but yeah, it's like the beautiful thing about the industry, or this industry, particularly the Toronto music industry, is just like, as big as it is like we said, it was like, it's a great community. And like, I mean, look at us. Like, the only reason why I'm talking to you right now is because we booked Daphne for the show, and you're in Daphne's band, and now we're all friends by proxy. You know what I mean? Like, literally,
it's cool how like things kind of like align, and you meet like cool people along the way, and then you have you grow your network, and even like it's a network and it's friendship too. Like, you're like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, to circle back to the comparison thing, it's like, that's my kind of flip on it. It's like, whenever I feel myself starting to get into that kind of negative space of like, oh, well, you know, I know this guy and he's doing that, or I know this girl and she's doing this, or whatever. It's like, okay, cool. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Like, try to flip that switch and be like, instead of being like envious or jealous, be like, no, like, it's cool for them. I'm happy for them that they made it this far, or that they did that thing, or whatever it is. And like, I try to use that as fuel for myself. Like, okay, they can do it, I can do it too. You know what I mean? Like, I just gotta follow their path, or find my own path that leads to wherever it needs to be. You know what I mean? So, I
agree. Yeah, I think being happy for somebody takes a lot less effort than being like mad at them for it, or, you know, jealous. Right? It's a lot more effort. It's less effort to be kind than to be grumpy.
Literally, because you're spending so much energy to be mad.
It's like you could be putting that into your work and being like, you know what, this person did that, I'm gonna like use that as like inspiration, motivation to take myself to the next level, instead of viewing it constantly as like a comparison thing. Like, I agree with that. Like, flip the switch and be like, yeah, I'm happy for them, and I can do that too. Like, I'm capable of doing the same things. Yeah, and like, it's not like an overnight thing. Like, it's gonna take time to make that method a reality for yourself. Like, you're still gonna get those negative thoughts. You're still gonna get those like
comparison moments, but it's just like for me at least, it's like I try to remind myself when I have those moments pop up in my head of like if I see so and so is doing this and it's like fuck, like why haven't I got that? And it's like rather than that mentality, I'm trying to like reteach myself to be like, no, that's awesome. Like I'm stoked for them. I'm thrilled that they're getting that opportunity. Like that's great.
Yeah.
Now use that as fuel to make me do that. Like how do I get there now? Because I know they can do it.
100%. Yeah, I feel like it's make it like do it in a way where like use it as a motivation. Like use it as your motivator to get on it.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
get her done.
Get her done.
Yeah, to lock in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went boonies and you went city.
Yep, I guess so. I've been using that phrase a lot lately, though. It's like, I need to lock in.
Everyone's saying it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've been saying, like, yeah, locked in, or I've been saying, I'm cooked. I don't know if that's like a...
That is one. I'm cooked. Chat, we're cooked.
Yeah, chat, we're cooked. F in the chat, boys. F in the chat.
The online lingo.
How old are you, Elia?
I'm 21.
21. Can you guess how old I am?
Is this a trick? Is this a trap? No.
No, you're good. You're good. I won't be offended either way.
I don't know. I was gonna say like late 20s, like 29.
That's very nice of you.
Maybe early 30s.
It's very nice of you.
Still? Wait.
No.
How old are you
I'm 32.
Okay, the early 30s. Yeah, I thought so. I was okay.
So it's interesting to see like the dichotomy because there's 10 years between us, more than 10 years between us.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like I don't need like a cringy millennial, but like
the cringy millennial.
You know, but like I kind of am, unfortunately. That's fine. I've adopted it now.
That's okay. You gotta just like embrace it, you know.
Yeah. I think as long as you own it, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Gen Z approves.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, I'm on your side, man. I hate Gen X and fucking boomers. They can go die.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I should stop this thought process.
Honorary Gen Z.
Yeah, wave. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, let's circle back to you because we're getting off on a tangent here. So let's get into it more. So like you were saying, the whole burnout thing, like how does that affect you? Like, can you elaborate a bit further on like that kind of state that you get into? Like how does that affect you, like physically, mentally, like?
Yeah, I guess I would say I notice like if there's like burnout or like any of the like if I have been kind of nonstop and haven't really taken a moment for myself, I maybe find I get a little bit more like sensitive, or maybe I start to overthink things a lot harder, or I take things more kind of personally or to heart when really I'm like, no, that's not what's happening. Like you start to get in the headspace of like, oh, are my friends, am I being a good friend, or like am I reaching out to these people enough, or why aren't these people reaching out to me? And you start this like spiral of do people hate me? Like am I being too much, or am I not doing enough, kind of thing. So you just kind of get, I think, a bit more in your head. Sure. At least for me, I would just say like overthinking. Like I notice myself like getting more my fuse, I guess, is more short with myself. I'm kind of like, you just get stuck in an anxious kind of spiral of, oh, I have to do this and then I have to do this, oh, but I have to worry about so many things at once. So I guess just that, like it takes like a more of a mental toll on your rationale. Like you're kind of like, why am I freaking out about this? Oh, it's because I maybe haven't gotten proper sleep in a week. Like one of those things. Or like I've been constantly having to use my brain, or like I think an example for me was like starting like a new job this summer, and I was like really like working a lot and obviously training too, and obviously exhausted because that takes a lot of brain capacity, like learning new things, and you start to be more hard on yourself. I'm like, why isn't this clicking? So I start to go in that like, why am I not good at this yet? It's like, dude, you started your job like a week ago. Like, relax. Like,
give yourself some grace.
Give yourself some grace is definitely something I was like hearing, and like a lot, like talking about it with friends and family. They're like, just give yourself some grace. Like, you're not gonna have it all figured out overnight. Like, it's gonna take some time. But of course, like mentally, you just, because you're taking in so much info and like learning, you also get like tired as a human being. You're just like, man, I could do better at this, I could do this. And it's like you be really tough on yourself. I find that I'm a person that's I get hard on myself easily.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, but why am I being so hard on myself? Like, I tell this person, like, it's easier to help somebody else through it and tell them not to be hard on themselves, yet you don't take your own, like, advice.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, it's like one of those things where you're like, what would I say to somebody else? I feel like that, like, too, like, trying to combat those, like, feelings, it's like, what would I tell somebody if they were doing what I was doing right now?
Yeah.
Like, you'd probably say, give yourself some grace, take some time to, like, slow down, and you're anxious, or your nervous system is definitely more up right now because of the things you've been doing. Like, you just have to give yourself time to, like, breathe, which I've realized is super important, because even like during the year at school, like juggling like schoolwork and then being like, oh, I got to go to a gig now, and you're like, shoot, but I have an assignment due. Like, it sounds like it's super surface level of like what the issue could be, but I guess like in my own experience, like that's something that's kind of like tired me out and made me burn out. So it's just making sure you're prioritizing your own relaxation and mental sanity too while you're doing all those things.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for elaborating on that. It's a big thing, and I feel like it's, you know, you're not alone in that. I feel like there's a lot of people that experience, especially in this day and age, like, I feel like we've kind of been born and bred, especially in the last 20 years, to, and I don't know if you experienced this too, Elia, but it's like, I know that I've felt this over the last, like, I want to say like 10 years or so in my life, where it's like your productivity is attached to your self-worth.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I feel like it's like, if I'm not doing a lot, like, and I'm having like more chill time, it's like, but you're not doing enough. Like, go do your things. Like, go get shit done.
Yeah.
Like,
where's that come
supposed
from,
to
do
be
you
stressed
think?
out.
Because I've been thinking about this for a while, and trying to figure out, like,
I don't know.
Like,
I feel like
a societal thing? Is it taught to us by our parents? Like, is it like social norms? Like, I'm you know, like, I'm sure there's a lot of things that factor into it, but like, I just feel like it's a lot more present these days, that it's like you have to be productive to feel self-worth, and it's like kind of fucked up.
It totally is. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do. I feel like society is a big thing. Like, North America in itself is a super like hustle culture, like go 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 all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we don't, like, we kind of, it's like that saying, that like statement, what's the saying? It's like, we live to work, and like other places around the world like work to live.
Yeah.
We have this mentality that we need to constantly be on the grind, and like, yeah, that's important, and it's good to have a driving like mindset and goals to achieve, but it's okay to like lounge. It's okay to like just be chill, and it doesn't mean you're like not a productive human being. I think it's just like, sometimes you gotta just like take a moment.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and it's like, it's tough though, because like I feel those feelings too, like you describe, where it's like you give yourself one of those like rest days, but then you sit there the whole time going, but I could be using this time for something else.
Yeah, and I think social
media
media
too. I'm so guilty
too.
of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was just going to elaborate on the social media thing again. Like, you know, when you're like sitting there and you're like doom scrolling, and you're like, oh, it's like 2 hours now. I've just been on Reels. Like, it's
literally.
I think that too kind of makes you have that like guilty mindset. You're like, I could be doing more, because we have ways in which we're unproductive, I guess, with that, in that kind of sense.
Right. Or
you feel
distracted,
guilty about it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like it's such a weird place that we're in right now, where it's like the more productive you are, the more you're seen as, oh, like that person's working hard, or it's like, oh, I need to achieve all of these things all the time. You know, it's like we were off camera like before we started rolling today, of like talking about like how you have like 4 things on your plate at the same time, and I've got 4 things on my plate at the same time. It's like, why? Why do we do this to ourselves?
Why? It's like, I don't know. 'Tis life, I guess.
You know, and like, it was funny because I was just talking to my friend the other day about this too. I was recently like remedicated about 1.5 years ago for depression and anxiety, because I was diagnosed when I was 13 with depression, anxiety, and OCD. after my parents had passed away. And then I was on meds for like 3 or 4 years when I was 13. And then I got off of them because they made me feel really bad. I didn't like what I was turning into as a person. And then about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now, I'd say, I had like a mental breakdown. A mental break. That's the name of my podcast. I had a mental break. Yeah. Very on brand of me, but but yeah, I had a mental break, and it was one of those things where it's like I was against going back on meds for so long that it was just one of those moments where it's like, hey, Taylor, like, if you need the help, you need the help, man. You can't be so jaded against medication. So anyways, all that to say that I got back on medication, and the last year and a half, 2 years have been like the best I felt ever, probably. Like I'm like feeling so much better. Like I'm medicated now. Like life is going in a better direction, and like I'm able to like do more tasks and feel more like fulfilled and stuff like that. Whereas like before I wasn't feeling that. And so I was joking with my friend, like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, that I'm like, because I'm in such a better place mentally now, like I feel so much better. I'm like, I could take on more things now.
Yeah, I'm unstoppable.
Like I'm feeling great, and it's like, yeah, Taylor, that's fine, but like, don't overwhelm yourself.
Yeah, like you're still a human, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just because you feel better doesn't mean you can take on more fucking work.
Yeah. It's like, when you're on like an up, and it's like you get really excited and eager, and you're like, yeah, I'll do all this, and then it does come like crashing down sometimes, because then you're trying to juggle so much, and you're like, okay, I thought I could do this, but now like the energy I have is being consumed with all these things, and therefore I'm running out of the energy to do it, and that definitely takes a toll, like mentally too, and even physically.
100%. And like what I've noticed too, and like what I'm trying to like teach myself and like learn, is that like it's okay to have all these projects, like it's fine, but like you have to find a balance between your work and your life, and to the point where like you're not burnt out, which is the whole theme we're talking about with what you're dealing with too. Like I feel like burnout's a very common thing for a lot of people these days. But the point I was saying was just like, if you're doing all of these things all at the same time, eventually you're not going to be able to give 100% to each project. Yeah. Like, you're going to burn out, and then you're going to be half-assing all these projects and not giving it the time and love it deserves. And that's not fair to that project or to yourself. You know what I mean? No. So it's like, you got to find that balance within you to like take on as much as you possibly can, within limit, obviously. Within like the limit of okay, I can give these things 100%, and that's it. You know? Like, yeah.
And I think it goes back to like prioritizing things. Like you need to like, and prioritizing yourself, and kind of learning to tap into that, because I feel like me personally, sometimes I have a hard time. I think I'm like, I've definitely come a long way from like being a people pleaser. I've definitely learned how to set boundaries better, and kind of put myself first in situations, but it's still like you still fall back into your bad habits, and you're like kind of that fear of like, for me it's like, oh, I don't want this person to be like upset with me, or I want to make sure I perform my best. And sometimes it's like, no, you can prioritize yourself sometimes, and that doesn't make you like a selfish person. That's like you can still show up for other people, but also show up for yourself. Like, so I think too, when kind of having to put yourself, and it takes a lot. It's like, it does take a lot sometimes. It's uncomfortable to have to be like, hey, like I need a second. I need to back away from something, especially too, like in like a music setting, like with bands, or with like when you have a bunch of projects on the go. It's like, it's hard. It's easier said than done, but being able to step away and be like, and sense yourself and know yourself as an individual, that you're being overworked or that you're burning out, and like being comfortable with saying that is like a whole other thing in itself too. And it's like empowering too, when you can accept it. You can accept your flaws and like be like, this is who I am.
Yeah, it's almost like just embracing the person that you are, and like knowing your limitations, and like your boundaries, like you said, like the boundaries thing. That's something that I'm trying to learn too, because I'm also a big people pleaser. I think just artists in general are probably people pleasers inherently because like we're trying to showcase our ability, our art, and like express ourselves. So I feel like innately we all are kind of people pleasers in a sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's kind of like a common trait amongst most people in the creative realm, you know?
Yeah.
But it's something that's like important, and like you said, it's like it's a weird balance of like having to tell yourself like you're not being selfish, because like I feel like society and like social norms have like taught us to be like expend yourself, like it's fine, you're okay. And it's like no, like, it's okay, and it's not selfish. It's like you're just taking care of yourself and like setting boundaries for yourself. It's important, right? That's what prevents
super
burnout.
Important. Exactly. Yeah, like knowing how to like step away from something and not have that, because again, as a people pleaser, you kind of get in that like, oh, like, but I don't want this person to think that, like, do this, and then you start again that spiral of thoughts and overthinking. It's like, no, like, maybe you never know, like, and if that person takes it like that, then is that somebody that you want to surround yourself with? Like, you have to be understanding of each other too. Like, we're all human beings that go through like those moments, and sometimes it happens in different ways for other people, and sometimes people need to take a step back. And I know I'm like a person too that likes to constantly like be doing something or like distract myself, like if I feel like I'm going through a harder time, just like being out around people. So I think too there's ways like you cope, and again it always looks different for people, right? Like sometimes people want to be like, they want to isolate more, and that's not always a necessarily healthy way, but it could be something that somebody needs like at the time, right? Like it's just a matter of the situation too, I would say.
Absolutely, for sure. I am curious, Elia, that you brought up the people pleasing thing. Like I'm curious about how that affects you and like where that kind of stems from. Could you elaborate a bit further on that for our audience?
Okay, yeah. I would say, I guess like in school, like growing up and stuff, like I was always like a super like energetic, very bubbly personality, and I did get bullied a lot, so I was like always like, you know, hearing like from peers at school like, oh, you're annoying or this or you're too much, you kind of like start to like suppress that side about you, and you want to make sure you're making people happy all the time because you're scared of what they might think or what they might say about you, and like also just that not liking conflict. Like I guess at school, like if people like my friends or you'd be like even those like little arguments you have at school, like as a kid, like that kind of you don't realize how much it impacts you until like you're an adult and like you're navigating different social situations, and you're like, I didn't realize that this was going to stress me out, but it is, and it might stem from like, you know, childhood, like kind of like that. So I would say probably as a kid, just feeling like maybe I was like too much for my peers at school, or like that constant like feeling of like, oh, am I being annoying? Am I being like too much right now? Maybe I need to take it down a few notches. So I think that's where that comes from, is just the fear of making people upset with you, or things like that.
Like the crippling self-awareness of it all.
Yeah, you're like, wait, you're like, that wasn't my best work socially. or like you sit and you think and you replay those conversations in your head that make you spiral and think a bigger picture that doesn't exist. But it's also kind of like it brings like, sorry, I'm trying to like circle back to my thought.
Yeah, no worries.
You know, I'm on a tangent, and then I was like, wait, what's my point?
It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah. No, but that feeling of that self-reflection where you start to think, even though that person might not be thinking what you're thinking in this situation, like you're like, oh, I said that. Am I going to offend this person, or am I going to... That came off the wrong way. Meanwhile, they're like, dude, I didn't even... What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So it's kind of in your head.
It sounds like to me, and like, I'm not a doctor, obviously, so I'm not going to pretend to like know what I'm talking about, but it sounds very much like you suffer from anxiety.
Yeah, I would say anxiety probably would be a big one.
I think it's called generalized anxiety disorder, I think is what they call it now.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I haven't like To be honest, I haven't like had a diagnosis of any sort, but I do know that I have like the tendencies. Like sometimes when, you know, things like when things in life happen, or when you are burnt out, you find that those sides of your brain are kind of tapped into a lot more, and you don't realize it because it's not like always there, but it's still there in ways that you don't realize. And I think as an adult, you start to reflect, and you're like, I didn't realize that was like coming out. Maybe it does have to do with like moments of the past you thought that you didn't remember, thought that you blocked out, but they do come up in situations once you start your life.
Well, it sounds like to me, and like just as an observer and as a friend, it sounds like to me like with the bullying that you went through in school, I feel like that's kind of where maybe the anxiety started from. Yeah. And I think that kind of triggers your overthinking that you do now. It's because you're always like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Like, and you go through that vicious cycle in your head, right? Like, that's such an anxiety thing to do. And you play these scenarios in your head. Like, that's such a typical symptom of anxiety. Like, playing scenarios in your head and making it worse than what it actually is in your head. And, like, going off on, like, a whole other thing where it's like, oh, but this bad thing could happen. It's like, no, it's not going to happen. But your brain makes up these scenarios in your head, right? That's textbook anxiety right there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I would say totally, like that would be probably one of the main things, like just that when I feel myself being burnt out, I definitely notice my anxiety goes up. I start to overthink every situation or every little interaction or just silly things. It's like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I have to, and then you start to pile the list, and then you're like overwhelmed as fuck, and you're like, no, what do I do?
You're like, oh God.
You're like, no, please. So yeah, I would say yeah, probably like an anxiety / the burnout. It goes hand in hand. I feel like
for sure
when you're mentally exhausted, you're gonna find that you're more hyper aware of your other.
Well, I feel like the two of them are kind of, they go hand in hand, unfortunately. Like, if you're burnt out, you're more anxious, and if you're anxious, you're going to be burnt out. You know what I mean? So, like, the two of them coincide together, almost.
Yeah, exactly. You can't win.
No, you're shit out of luck either way.
It's like we were saying, we're cooked.
We are cooked.
We're cooked.
Sorry, my dog can't decide whether he wants to come in or out of the room.
Oh my gosh, that's okay. I have a dog too. He does that. I'm like, are you here? Or are you not?
Should he make an appearance on the pod?
Yes, of course. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, hey buddy. What's her name?
His name is Mikey.
Mikey. Oh, hi Mikey.
Say hi, Mikey.
Oh my goodness, so cute. What's his breed?
Buddy. He's a Jack Russell.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Say hi, Mikey. Look.
Hi, Mikey.
Say hi to little people. Say hi to Elia.
You're famous. You're famous
Good
now.
Boy. Oh, he's been on the pod before.
Yes.
He's a common guest.
He's the common guest.
Archie buddy.
The mascot of Mental Break. The mascot.
Yes, he is the mascot. Mikey, Mental Break, puppy dog.
Yes. Love it.
Buddy? Yeah, I mean, where did we leave off there? I was curious about another question I had. Probably with the anxiety, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, I usually do things with guests where it's like, it's sometimes cool to like, not cool, but that's the wrong verbiage. It sometimes helps. I know for me too, and like for other people that have listened to the pod and stuff, it's sometimes helped to like kind of give a timeline of like the experiences you had that kind of maybe triggered these kind of moments in your life with the anxiety or with the burnout or like just that kind of like mental health journey. Like, is there a way you can kind of walk us through your timeline of what that looks like for you and your struggles of that side of your life?
Do you mean a timeline of like when I like how I deal with it, or like just how you think it panned out?
Yeah, like just kind of walk us through, like, because you touched upon like when we're going about the people pleaser stuff, like you were saying like you got bullied in school and stuff like that. Like maybe take us back to those moments of like your early childhood into like high school or like middle school and high school, and like kind of if you've noticed anything along the way, like the anxiety or the people pleasing or like any sort of the mental health stuff that you've had to deal with throughout your life. Like, kind of give us like a brief synopsis timeline.
Okay.
If you
yeah.
can.
Yeah. I'll try. Yeah. Yeah. So I would say like elementary school is probably like that whole like you start to you grow up with like other kids and like there's a bunch of personalities around you and you're kind of I don't know, I always kind of walked into like school trying to be like super bubbly and like very energy, but sometimes that can be like not everybody's used to that. And as a kid, like kids don't know any better sometimes and they're just like I would say it was more like just have a hard time like making friends and stuff, or thinking that people were your friend and then they're really like not your friend. Like
I see.
They're secretly annoyed with you, or they're like, oh, we don't actually want her around, or things like that. I guess growing up in elementary school, like kids were mean. Like kids could be mean.
Kids can be mean, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think just that, and then high school too. High school was, I would say, probably a lot better. I think like earlier on, I feel like I had that same like feeling of thinking you have like a friend group and then maybe not being their cup of tea and then kind of like still trying to figure it out. But again, that's like immature high school. But then towards the end, I felt like I had like a good like group and I was kind of more, again, I'm just me, you know?
Yeah.
And then going into university, I think university really helped me and kind of accept that side of myself because of, you know, you're around a bunch of creative people too. Everybody's a little like weird, but in the best way. Like everybody's allowed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You like, I think, like being around like again like-minded people and having the opportunity to like collaborate and like share it and be like, oh, okay, like you're like me, like you get it, like we're both very like energetic and bubbly. And a lot of like my friends that I've spoken to, we all kind of had a similar elementary school experience of like, you know, being the constant like singer in the classroom and other kids being like, oh my god, she's singing again, what the heck. Like a lot of my friends went through the same thing, so connecting over those experiences has really helped kind of accept those sides of yourself. I think too, being able to kind of come out of my shell a lot more, like performing. I used to like have stage fright. Like I used to not want to sing in front of people, and I used to just sing in my room. And my parents are like, "You need to sing. Like you have this talent. Like you need to sing and like show people." And I'm like, but I'm shy. Like I'm not a shy person, but I was shy when it came to singing out loud in front of people.
Sure, it's a vulnerable thing.
It's super vulnerable. So I think that too, like having other energies like uplift you and having that support system is really important for that, and kind of has allowed me to accept like that energy and be like, you know what, like it's okay to like be like bubbly and outgoing and energetic. And obviously I've kind of reflected on myself too, being like, okay, I have to definitely maybe take it down and like a notch maybe with the energy as a kid, but I'm also a kid, you know what I mean? Like
sure.
Giving yourself some grace with that. But as an adult, you kind of learn, okay, the social cueness of it all. And I think I've just been able to surround myself with like better people and mature minds. So but I think this people pleasing does stem from that, oh, are they upset with me? Like I don't want them to be upset with me, therefore I'm going to make sure that I'm constantly overly nice.
Yeah, you kind of like change and mold yourself to whatever situation feels best, you know?
And it drains you
too, cause like it drains you, and it's like you're trying to like morph yourself into someone that you're not, you know what I mean? And like I'm a big proprietor of like, fuck it, be who you are, man.
Yeah.
Be who you are, and the people that like that will come to you, or you'll find them.
Exactly. And that's, I think, a big like thing I've learned is that you just always, if you are kind and you do give off a good energy, people will see it. They're not going to take that as like something wrong with you. They're going to take that as, hey, this person's really cool, I want to hang out with them. And nobody's perfect. Of course, everyone has their moments where you gotta reflect on things, and you make mistakes, but again, the people that see you for you are gonna like embrace that side of you. And I think too, being in a musical setting with people who kind of get that has helped me a lot. But then I've also seen myself being like still going back into your ways of like, okay, I don't want this person to, I have such a good thing with this person, I don't want it to to be, like, I don't want to ruin it. So I'm like, okay, you go
Yeah.
back into that habit. But then you're like, you got to pull yourself out of it kind of thing.
Yeah. That's a tough situation to be in too. 'Cause it's like you're again, it's the anxiety thing of it. It's like you're overthinking it, you're overanalyzing it. It's like just let it be, man. Just
Yeah.
be you. And like if that
Exactly.
person doesn't accept you for who you are truly, then
Yeah.
they're not worth having in your life. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's something that, like, you have to, again, like you said, it doesn't all happen overnight. Like, you still have
No.
moments where you find yourself slipping back into those habits or thoughts. But it's just about pulling yourself out of them and being like, can I, like, be so real right now? Is it really that serious? Like,
Yeah,
is it really
exactly.
that serious? Like, I always say
And
to
it
myself,
isn't.
like, it's not. And that's what I say to myself. Like, it was never that deep. It's not that serious. And then meanwhile, I'm like, no, but it is.
Yeah. I'm 14, this is not deep.
Yeah. You're like, no. Yeah.
All right, Elia, we've got 2 segments in the show coming up.
Okay.
They can be quick or long. It depends on how we do this. But the first
Okay.
segment is called the Real Reels.
Okay.
I know it's an outdated term at this point, but
The real reels.
it's called the Real Reels. And so the whole point of this segment of the show is like is the whole message of the show essentially. It's like my whole brand mission statement for this podcast is to like break the stigma surrounding these kinds of conversations.
Right.
So there really only is one question in this segment. It's just like, what has been some of the hardest times for you in your life?
Gotta, like, think on that.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's important to be like this section of the podcast because like these are the kind of conversations that people don't have on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And I really want to make conversations like these more accessible to people and make people feel safe to have these kinds of conversations. Like, it's okay to talk about some of the
Yeah.
darkest shit in your life. Like, it should be okay.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I'm trying.
if
Yeah,
I can
totally.
go first, you want
I
me to go
agree.
first while you think.
Yeah, go for it. I'm still trying to think. Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's hard because sometimes like our brains like suppress that dark shit, you know? Like,
yeah.
and you got to think about it. And like, I'm sure you've had dark times in your life where it's like you felt fucked up or you felt like lost or whatever it is, and like, you know, it's tough to think about, of course. And like, again, like if you're not comfortable bringing it up, it's totally fine. Like, you bring up whatever you want to bring up. I'm never going to make anybody on the show go somewhere they don't want to go in their mind.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
But a lot of my audience already knows this, but you know, just so that you know, and to make you feel comfortable with opening up about the real stuff, I've attempted suicide 3 times in my life. And over the course of, I was 13 years old when I tried the first time, and then I was 16, and then most recently was 29 or 30. So it's
wow.
been 3 times throughout my life, and thank God I'm still alive. I'm so
Yes.
much happier now, and I got to
Yes.
experience so much in my life now, and I'm going to experience so much in my life now. But yeah, like I was in a seriously fucked up place for a long time.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the darkest moments in my life.
Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, that takes a lot of
course.
that takes a lot of vulnerability and like feeling like comfortable to share that. So thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I would say too. I think honestly, like I had like recently this past year, like my grandfather had passed away, and like that was also like a hard. I had a couple like deaths in the family that I have been lucky to say that I didn't have people super immediate to me pass away, so that was a new experience of feeling that and feeling grief. And also I guess one of the darker moments would be in high school. A friend of mine tragically passed away in a car accident, and it's like as a 18-year-old, you're like, what do I do with that information? Like, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like that's not how life's supposed to go. So I think just kind of tapping into the side of like grieving a person is something you have to learn if you're not used to it and haven't had to deal with it before.
Yeah.
So it's just like that constant question of like, why though? Like, why does it have to be like that? Like, why? And there's no answer for it. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's just the way things panned out. And so I think that probably was one of the darker moments, because the only bright side about it was everybody was going through it at the same time. So we did have shoulders to lean on, and, you know, you help people through it. But it was definitely like a new emotion that as a teenager, you're like, how do I learn how to navigate this now? And you kind of just have to accept it, because it's like, yeah, stuff does happen, but it's not that it should. It's like that constant question. It's just that, like, why? Like, why?
Yeah.
And just understanding
I'll tell you,
that.
Elia, it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't.
The thing with grieving, it's like, no one really tells you how to grieve, because they can't, because grieving is something that everyone experiences completely differently.
Exactly.
You know, there's no right or wrong way to grieve. It's not linear. It's like this. It's like this.
Totally.
You know, so.
Yeah, so I think too, and then obviously this past year with like having a couple of like closer relatives pass, and just seeing you're like, wow, this is like that acceptance of like, this is kind of the next chapter of life, just with the people around you. Like, people are getting older and people get sick and things like that. So I think that was a big kind of different mental thing to handle. And like, especially, and I did find myself like earlier on in the year being like super like anxious and in my head, and like plus doing school and stuff, and just being burnt out, because you're like, everything feels so dark. It's like, oh my God, why is everybody passing away? Like, this is so like you know what I mean? So I think that too, and just seeing how it takes an impact on your family and like the people around you. Like, when you see other people sad, it makes you sad.
Of course,
so just,
you feel the energy in the room, like.
Yeah, I would say like I'm a big empath in a way, like like I like to be there for other people, but I also like feel what they're feeling and feel for them. So seeing that too, especially on a closer level, like, you don't really know how to deal with it if you haven't had to before. So like you said, there's no proper way to grieve. It's all different. It looks differently for some people than it does for others. So I think that was probably a darker time that I would share.
Yeah, I mean, thank you again so much for opening up about that. I know that's can't be easy to talk about, and like, especially if it's something that you're not used to experiencing. Like, I mean, like, no one really is, obviously, but like, especially at such a young age, like having to. I also lost a friend when I was really young too to suicide. We were like 16, and he took his life, and so it's like something that like. I think I'm probably still processing to this day, honestly. Like, I don't know, like, I'm kind of like over the worst of it, but like, it's still something that I go like, what? You know, like, that happened in my life.
Know. Like you're a kid. It's like, it's easier like to, I feel like, again, it's obviously sad either way with any death, but it's like a little bit more like, you can kind of like, okay, my grandfather was older, he lived a long, like, good life, but then when things like tragedies like that happen, you're like, that's not supposed to happen. It's like, it's unfair. You just think, you're just mad, and you're like, that's just unfair.
Yeah, like they were robbed of a life.
That's what it is. It's like that, it's that, like, factor in your head that you just can't ever accept. And you know, thank you for opening up about your friend too. Like, that's super tragic, and like you said, it's not how it's supposed to go. Like, and it's unfair, and it's like, you can ask all these questions, and you can be like, why them? Why this time? Why like that incident? But it's like, it's just an unfortunate part of life. Like, life is so fragile, you know. Like, you could be here one day and gone the next. Totally, yeah, for sure. That's how. I think too, it makes you, those moments, like, as sad and tragic and horrible as they are, like, they do kind of in a way make you like like you kind of reflect, and you're like, you know, like you said, life could go in a second. That's why you gotta really just live it and embrace it and do everything you can to like accomplish what you want, or like tell people you love them more often. Like that's something I hear a lot. Like I remember that being like something we all kind of reflected on, or like tell your friends like you love them, tell your family you love them, like let people know, like don't hide your feelings, hide your emotions, like be extra about it, because sometimes it's nice to hear, and it's sometimes nice to be reminded.
100%.
So
I agree with you so much, and like every time I see anybody, I'm always like, I love you.
Yeah.
I say it to everybody, all the time.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way. I say it to like my friends, my family, and everybody, and like you gotta let people know. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
And like my friends will make fun of me for it because they're like, "Damn, you were the like most mushy gushy person I know," and I'm like, "I'll take it."
Right? I'm the same way. I'm like, you know what? I'm a mush, and that's fine.
Yeah, I embrace being the mushy gushy guy. That's fine with me.
Yep.
I hug every single person. I'm a big hugger.
Nice,
with consent, obviously. But like, like I'm a big hugger. I'm a big like, I love you, man. Like or I love you. Like whatever, you know. Like, I'm such a big provider of that. And like, I'm trying to be more present. As like cliche as that sounds, but like it's so true, and it's so easy to think like too far ahead or think of the past. And it's like, no, how about I just want to live right now in this moment and enjoy what I have in this moment, and like tell your friends, tell your loved ones that you love them, because it's moments like your friend getting killed in a car accident, or it's moments like my friend taking his life when he was 16. It's like these moments in life are fucking scary, dude, and like
and it's
people
so
could
precious,
be gone the next
right?
day, and it's so precious. Exactly. Before we get to our next segment, I actually have an interesting thing to tell you, Elia, because
let's hear it.
You brought up the empath thing, and like I wasn't gonna bring it up because I wasn't sure like how to say this. It's a weird thing, but you brought the empath thing, so I feel like I have like a door to open now.
All
so,
right.
Quick story time. I'll make it brief, because like my audience knows the story already, and I don't want to like drag it on too long.
Okay.
But do you believe in like mediums, or like people that can speak with the dead, or anything like that? Like, are you like into that kind of stuff, or the spiritual world?
I guess I believe in some of it. Yeah, I feel like I used to grow up watching like the Long Island Medium.
The Medium.
All those, like,
Me too.
Teresa. I used to watch her.
Dude, she's a fraud though. She got caught.
Oh, she got caught. Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, she fooled me.
She has like a whole team that was like on Facebook and shit, finding things out of. Anyways, that's a whole other thing.
Oh
that's a whole other scandal that we get into.
Okay.
But yeah, so I want to say about like maybe 11 or so years ago, I had a friend of mine named Danica. Shout out Danica. I know she's watching. Her and I both lost our dads, so we had that kind of like trauma bonding moment, you know what I mean?
Right.
And she was looking for someone to go to a medium with, because she wanted to see if she could get a reading for her father, right? And like at the time, I did not believe in that shit at all. Like I was like a skeptic through and through. I was like, there's no way this is real. But she couldn't find anyone to go with. Not even her own boyfriend at the time wanted to go with her, which is so sad. So she had asked me, she was like, hey, do you want to go see this meeting with me? Because I want to go and maybe get a read from my father, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go with you. Like, just supporting a friend, right? So I go to this meeting, and there's maybe like 30 of us there. It's like this like cute art space that's this medium rented out downtown. And we all meet each other, whatever. And then she starts this woman starts the meeting, and then she goes through a couple of people, and they have their experiences or whatever. And then she starts saying, like, I'm getting a sense of, like, someone died of asphyxiation, like, choking or, like, something like that. And Danica's father was a drug addict and OD'd and swallowed his own vomit and died, basically. It's very tragic, very tragic death. So Danica put her hand up and was like, oh, my father OD'd and, like, suffocated. And then from there it was like, the medium just was like, this, and Danica was like, oh my god, that's my father, like, and it was weird. Like, I will admit, it was weird. And what really caught me was that my friend Danica was wearing a necklace under her shirt. So I didn't even see the necklace. I didn't know she was wearing a necklace. And it was for her father. And this medium goes, "You're wearing a necklace for your father, aren't you?" And she just started bawling.
Oh my god.
And she takes out the necklace and goes, "Yeah, I wear this for my father all the time." And I didn't even know she was wearing a necklace. And I was like, I couldn't even see it. How the fuck does this medium see it? It was fucking weird. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, I'm holding Danica. She's like crying and like getting her message from her father. It was very beautiful to watch. It was very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like, as I said earlier, my parents passed away when I was really young. And I didn't get a reading, which is fine. I wasn't really hoping to get one anyways. I was there for Danica.
Yeah.
Anyways, all this to say, after Danica had her reading and that the meeting stopped, they had like a catering and stuff, so you get like dinner and drinks, and like you could talk to other people that were there about their stories and all that kind of stuff, and like just mingle for a while. And so Danica and I were talking to another couple, and we were just like talking to them or whatever. And I felt this like when someone's looking at you from across the room and you can kind of feel it. And so I turned around, and the medium is on the other side of the room, looking past everyone right at me.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, what the fuck? And so I'm like doing like that, that meme of the puppet that's like,
yeah.
I'm doing that, like trying not to look at her. And then I turn back around and she's like walking across the room towards me, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then she walks up to us and she goes, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I was like, oh God, where's this gonna go? And so she starts talking to me, right? And she goes, "You don't believe in any of this, do you?" And I'm like, no, I don't. And she was like, "Yeah, I could tell, because your aura was very shut off. And you have two loved ones that passed away, right?" And I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "Yeah, they were trying to talk to you, but because you were closed off, they couldn't connect with you." And I was like,
oh my God.
Okay. And she was like, "Another thing I'll tell you before I let you go." She was like, "You're an empath." And I was like, "I have empathy?" And she was like, No, you're an empath." And I was like, "What does that mean?" And she was like, "So basically what an empath," this is what she told me, like I'm just going off what she said. She's basically like, an empath is someone that can absorb someone else's aura and understand the pain that they're experiencing, or whatever emotion that may be. And like, it's kind of almost like a weird sixth sense of like, you just know when like your loved ones or your friends are sad or upset or happy or whatever. Like, you basically just like take on someone's emotion. So it's like the saying where it's like, "I understand what you're going through." It's like, no, I really understand what you're going through because I'm feeling the same thing you're feeling. Is how she described it to me. And she was like, "Have you ever had a moment where like you woke up one day and everything was fine in your life, but you still felt like shit? And then maybe a couple days later your friend calls you and tells you about something terrible that happened to them? You were feeling their emotion."
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's fucked up, because that's happened to me. I didn't want to admit it to her, but I was like, uh-oh.
You were like, oh.
Yeah. So
wow,
from that day,
insane.
She like dropped that bomb on me and then walked away, and I was like, what do I do with this information?
No, literally. Like, what do I do with it? Yeah.
And so I've thought about it ever since, and like, the more I think about it, the more I realize it's weirdly true. Like, I guess I am an empath. And it's kind of like a blessing and a curse, because I take on other people. Anyways, this is a long story. I'm making this longer, it has to be. But like, what I was trying to say to you, Elia, is like, I remember when we first, maybe not when we first met, but I think probably at our last show, which is probably what made me like reach out to you for the pod, was, and this is gonna sound weird, I apologize, I could like sense your aura at the show. And I kind of had an inclination that you were an empath.
Wow.
Because
I mean,
she was saying to me that the medium I was talking to was like, empaths can identify other empaths because they can read the aura of each other. And there's just, it's like a vibe thing. Like, you just know, right?
No, and I get that.
I have a couple other friends that I'm really close with that are also empaths, and we discuss this in length because we both feel the same way about things. And, like, it's funny because, like, when I met them originally, these friends, the first thing that we said to each other were like, "Are you an empath?" And that's, you know.
Yeah, it's like,
So-
clocked. Now I get it. Yeah.
Now I get it. Yeah, exactly. So I remember at the show, our last show we just played together on August 1st, I remember I was talking with you before we started playing. And I was like getting that vibe. I was like, oh, I think Elia's an empath.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Like that's
I mean,
really
like,
cool though. The vibe. There's just like a vibe sense. Yeah. I guess like you could just tell sometimes with people when you're like connecting. You could tell like the genuine, like there's like a genuineness. Like I feel like that too. Like even speaking to you, like there's a genuine energy, and you can just sense it. And now you telling me that story, it's like checks out, right? Like you, you're. So that's interesting though, because I've never. I guess like people would have to kind of know me more to like know that, like or like see my personality or like how I am, and once they learn that, they're like, okay, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
I clocked it off 2 meetings of meeting you.
You clocked it. Yeah.
I clocked it, bro.
Impressive.
I was like,
impressive. Yeah.
I'd met you twice in person and a bunch online, and I was like, nope, she's an empath. I got it.
Clocked. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a vibe thing. But I just thought I'd bring it up because you said empath,
No,
and I was like,
that's
okay.
super cool. That's super cool and interesting because like those, especially that like story you said it with you and your friend. It's like even seeing your. I guess it's true. Like seeing your friend have that like emotional like moment. Mm-hmm. Kind of you felt it and kind of allowed a little bit of that wall to come down because you were like, oh, okay, this is like because you see how it impacted her. Kind of made your mind go, maybe I can be more open-minded to that. And not the medium clocked you too.
She definitely did. She definitely did.
She was like,
she got me.
She got you.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I left out an important part of what she said to me too. Like when Danica was getting her reading, this is why she discovered that I was an empath, was because, again, this is her words, not mine. She could see aura. Like, it's like colors to her. Like, it's like a energy that we give off, is what she described it as.
Yeah.
And she was saying that while Danica's receiving her message from her father, she could see that my aura and her aura were, like, absorbed together.
Wow.
And that's how she knew that I was an empath, because my aura was like taking on her emotion, like her aura.
Interesting.
It's a whole spiritual thing. I don't know if I really believe in that part of it, but like
I get it. It's hard to accept. That's cool though. That's an interesting story to have to have to share.
Yeah, I mean like it's just a part of my life now, and
yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse, I guess, to like know that I'm this spiritual being. I am an empath. I don't know.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, no, totally. I hear the word aura and it like off topic right now, but just because when you keep hearing a word, I hear the I have younger cousins and their whole like how we were talking about generation lingo and stuff, and they're like, oh, I have aura.
Negative aura.
I have so much aura. That's what I keep thinking of. Think of like my little cousin saying, you don't have aura, or you have do you have this aura? You have negative aura.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
But I guess it's true. It's like a spiritual thing. So I guess in a way,
it
like
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
The younger generation's more tapped in than we are.
Apparently. Yeah.
All right,
That's cool,
let's get into the last segment.
Okay.
I've tangented on enough about energy and spirituality. Our last segment's called the rainbow segment.
Okay.
And so the rainbow segment is kind of like, I mean, we're all obviously going to keep evolving and going through hardships and stuff like that, but like, for the sake of the argument, let's just say like we got through, or getting through some of the worst parts of our life, or at least learning from them. You know what I mean? Like from your experiences, you've learned a lot. So the rainbow segment's just kind of like talking about like, what kind of lessons you've learned, or what kind of things have helped you overcome some of these hardships in your life. Like, just like the lessons you've learned, and like what maybe certain coping mechanisms have helped, or I don't know, like activities or whatever you want to get into. But like, what has helped you kind of conquer these demons?
Right. I think for me it's been like a big part of it has to do with like finding like an outlet for it, which for me it is music. Like I try to tap into, like when I'm feeling ever in my head or like worried about stuff or even just like in a bad mood generally, I always turn to like, even if it's not always songwriting, it's like just playing music, singing songs I like or listening to it, and also like talking it out with people. I'm a person that like I need to talk stuff out. If I keep it in my head, like it'll just continue.
Yeah.
Like I need to let it out. So I find like my outlet is like talking to close like friends about it. I'm very close with my mom, like kind of talking to like having that person that you can trust and confide in is like very good to like go through, like to have to fall back and have that support system. And just people maybe going through a similar thing to you. Like, again, like I was saying with my like friend that had passed, like it wasn't just me going through that feeling of losing a friend. It was like our entire grade of like that feeling, and having that support system to lean on each other's shoulders and to talk about it. And it's okay. We don't have to avoid it and act like it didn't happen. Like we're allowed to talk about things. And I think communication is, for me, the biggest factor is like being okay with my feelings about stuff, and it's okay to have moments where you're overthinking and like be aware of it and admit to it. So I think that it's allowed me to kind of like admit and know myself as an individual, like, okay, when I've reached my limit, and what I need to do to like bring myself back down out of it. But yeah, I would say for me, it's definitely music is a big part, and surrounding myself with people who are like a safe space, like having a safe space to share those experiences and thoughts with. I would say, and kind of accepting the things about yourself, like accepting who you are as a person and how you cope. Because again, everybody's ways of coping does look different, and there's no right way to do it. It's just what feels right to you.
There's certainly a wrong way to do it, though.
There is a wrong way to do it. Yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But I think just like, I think that is like the process is just really making sure that you have like a support system and surrounding yourself with that good energy, because like good energy you put out will find you back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's important to talk about, like we're doing right now. Like we're doing it right now. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. Those are all such good methods to get yourself to a better place if you're dealing with something like you've been dealing with, right? Like the burnout and the people pleasing and the anxiety, like having a safety net of people that you trust to like communicate these things with is so important. Like finding your little community, you know what I mean?
Totally, yeah. I think that like sharing that experience too with people, it makes you feel like you're not alone, right?
Yes.
Like we all, like when you share something and then someone tells you like, I went through the same thing, but not in a way that you feel like it's like invalidating you. It's like, no man, I see you. Like you're so valid for that.
Yeah.
Like it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like trying to not isolate yourself is the biggest part, you know? Like the minute you start isolating yourself is the minute it's game over. You know what I mean? Like you gotta open up, bring people in that you trust, that you love. And like you said, you'll connect with people that are like going through similar things, and you'll find out that you're not alone in that journey. It's so important.
Exactly. Yeah. I would say that's my best answers.
I love it. One that I've been doing recently, and I'm gonna maybe pass this on to you, Elia, if something that intrigues you, because I just started doing this like over the last month or so. It's called a worry journal. And my friend actually told me about this, like Sonny in my band. He's been kind of dealing with insomnia, like he's been having a hard time sleeping. And his therapist he's been seeing told him about something called a worry journal, where it's essentially like a diary per se, but instead of just like a normal diary entry, it's kind of like you're putting all of your worries down onto paper, and so you're kind of getting it out of your system and like into a physical thing, you know?
Nice, yeah.
So it's kind of like taking that out of you and putting it down somewhere. And so what he does is he kind of like, I think he says he either does it before dinner or after dinner. I think he does it after dinner. He will sit down and like write it all out. Like just free form writing, like what's bothering him, if he has any worries he's got going on in his head, like he just writes it all down, closes the book, and he's like, that's it, I'm done, I've wrote it out, I'm not worried about it anymore. And that way when he gets to bed at night, like when your mind starts fucking racing at night, you're like, oh my god, did I do this? He could be like, nope, I already wrote it down already, it's out of my system, we're going to sleep.
Wow, okay. Nice. So, that's yeah.
Yeah, so it's all about, like, you know, perception, of course, and, like, and conviction, and, like, making sure that you keep yourself accountable to do the worry journal. Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah, you're like, you gotta stay on it.
Yeah, but once you get into the habit of it, and, like, it becomes part of your routine, it does get easier to remember, like, okay, worry journal time, you know what I mean? And so, like, I've been on and off the last month. Like, I've been doing it, like, once, twice a week, but I'm trying to get better at it. But I find it really does help, though.
Yeah, I'll definitely maybe use that. I guess that's like a way to cope, and like put your thoughts like down, and then be like, no, not relevant right now, not relevant anymore. Let me relax my brain, give myself a break. Just because sometimes, writing things out is just a lot better.
It's sometimes easier, you know, and it allows your brain to feel like you've at least thought about them, or like you've at least like you've brought them to light. You're like, okay, this is my time of the day where I'm gonna think about this shit, and I'm gonna write it all out. I'll be like, okay, here it is, all written out. I'm done worrying about it. Close the book. Good. You know?
Right. Yeah.
It's almost like a placebo effect on yourself, but like.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. No, I feel like it definitely it'll help. It helps though with that, because sometimes you do need the placebo. You gotta like trick your mind.
Yeah, you do, man. And like it sounds like with you, like overthinking and like, you know, the burnout and shit, and like I'm sure you got a lot on your plate with, you know, going back to school and all this stuff. Like maybe it could help.
Yeah.
Maybe it could help.
Yeah. For sure.
Or anybody listening to this, like if they find themselves in a situation similar to like you and I or my friend, like try out a worry journal. I don't know. Maybe it'll help you.
Sometimes writing it down is because you have time to think about it, like you said, and you're like, okay, this is actually true to how I'm feeling. It's not just like my brain spewing out. It's just like I've thought about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I will try that. I think I'm going to try that. That is a good tactic. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to keep you accountable.
Yes. I'll report back. I'll be like, today I wrote in it.
Yeah, no, and like keep me accountable, because I'm going to forget too.
Yes. And then it turns into us just like songwriting. Well, I wrote this new song.
Dude, I'm okay with that too, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
That's great. That's great. All right, Elia, well, we made it to the end. Congrats.
Nice.
We got through the journey of your mental health.
Thanks. Yeah. Super happy to be here. That was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, thank you so much, Elia, for coming on the pod. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure the viewers and listeners are going to appreciate it too. Like, you opening up about your journey and all the things that we talked about in the pod so far. Like, it's really cool that you opened up and were willing to share today. So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Like I said to you before, like it's super important for things like this, like these conversations to be had, and for people to listen in on them, to be like not afraid to like talk about it and to share their stories too, because so many people go through it, like we all do, on different extremes, different levels, but it's still present in everybody's life, whether we want to admit it or not. So I think what you're doing is super cool and will definitely help people resonate and feel more comfortable to share.
Oh, thanks for that. That's very nice of you to say, Elia. For those listening and tuning in today, or whenever they listen to this, if it's in the future, whenever they may listen to this,
whenever
whenever they may be, morning, evening, or night, how can they reach out to you if they want to reach out to you, or would you like them to reach out to you?
Yeah, of course. I would say probably Instagram is the best way. Like I was saying, the digital card. My Instagram is Elia, ELIAA.K. You could just shoot me a message on Instagram DMs. I'm usually pretty active on my phone. I'm kind of addicted to my phone a little bit.
Aren't we
As
all?
we all are. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say, if you want to reach out to me there, or we could, if you're a musician, collaborate. I love a good collaboration and songwrite, or even going to shows and stuff. Like I always post like when I'm playing a show or if I'm playing in another band with a show, and I try to go out to as many shows as possible too. So yeah, Instagram would probably be the best. I don't know if there's another. People don't use LinkedIn anymore, do they? Like, I mean, I use it for it now, but like, but I'm like, you can find me on LinkedIn,
bro. Yeah. Dude, plug the LinkedIn. Go for it.
Yeah. Also, check out. I'll do another free plug. Spotify, Elia, all capitals, Elia. If you want to listen to my music, I do that.
Yeah, dude. Anything else you want to shout out? Go for it. Go for it. This is the platform.
Yeah, I would say I'm done now.
Okay. Okay.
Instagram and Spotify.
I will vouch for Elia and say, because obviously she can't say this about herself, but I will say that Elia is an amazing artist. I've seen them play a couple of times. I haven't seen your solo stuff yet, though, so I definitely want to come check out your solo stuff. But I've seen them play in Daphne, and I think I saw you play another band. I think I might have seen you with Joseph at one point.
Probably.
But yeah, no, she's a very talented artist, a very talented musician as well.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Highly recommend.
Back at you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely go check out Elia on Spotify. And all of the bands that Elia plays in, like the hundreds of bands that she plays in.
Oh my gosh.
Feel free to shoot Elia a message on Instagram. One more time, it was at
ELIAA.K.
There you go.
Yes.
Again, Elia, thank you so much, man. This has been so much fun talking to you and getting to really get into the mental health stuff and the music stuff too was really good to talk about. I mean, I always kind of leave off the pod with like just a message of hope or any kind of last thoughts you want to share with the listeners or anything like that. The floor is yours.
Yeah. This is like a big statement I have to make.
Yeah, putting you on the spot. Sorry.
I gotta make it. I gotta make it good.
Just you got this.
I would say just if you're like out there and you're kind of going through anything hard in your life, like just know that you're seen and you're valid and you are loved. And I know that's like a cliche thing that people say, but it's true. Like we got to tell people we love them more. Like again, life is super precious and live, laugh, and love, you know? As they say on those every, like, written canvas that you find at HomeSense. Live, laugh, love. Woo! Yes.
Yeah. See, okay, because this is another generational thing. Yes!
No, this is right. This is right.
This is the only way to do a heart.
Yeah, I know some people do it like that.
Is it this now? Is it this, or is it...
This makes the most sense. I think
people are doing it this way now. Or, yeah, it's like this, right? It's like...
Like that.
Like that or something? Or like...
Yeah,
or
like too much effort.
I see these ones too.
Oh, this for me is
like... Have you seen this one?
Like a snap, like a approval. I don't know. I haven't seen that for a heart.
Now, Elia.
Oh,
I'm
old. I'm old, I guess.
I got like 11 years on you. Why do I know what this is? You know what this is. You gotta catch up, Elia.
I do, apparently.
You gotta catch up. You gotta stay with the trends.
I know, I'm losing it, man.
That's funny. All right. Everyone, thank you guys so much for watching and listening today. I really appreciate it. Ellie really appreciates it too, obviously. Make sure that you smash that like button. I don't know. I don't do this. This is stupid. Go check out our YouTube page. That's where you can find all the video formats of this, so you can see our pretty faces as we talk about these kinds of conversations. If you're more a visual person, it's on YouTube at A Mental Break Podcast. Again, you can check it out everywhere, Spotify, all that good stuff. You probably listen to it right now on one of those platforms. So if you're on one of those platforms, make sure to give it a like, give it 5 stars, rate it, do whatever, share it. It helps us out big time, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's just at A Mental Break Podcast, right? At A Mental Break Podcast on Instagram.
I don't know.
I'm like, but yeah, and I will leave off the pod with drink water, go hug somebody, and what's gonna be the last one?
Pre-save Wishful's new album when it's ready.
Whoa, that's not here. We don't do that here. I'm keeping that separate. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the plug.
Yes.
The album doesn't come out until next year, though, so that's. But
Okay.
thank you. No, the last one will be go listen to Elia on Spotify. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Actually, hang on. Don't go to Spotify, because fuck Spotify. Fuck
Yes.
Spotify. Go listen on Apple Music. Go listen on Amazon. Actually, don't listen to Amazon. Go to Apple Music. Actually, all of them suck, so it doesn't really matter.
They're all doing the same thing, man.
Go listen on Deezer and Tidal. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I've heard of the title thing.
Yeah,
I've heard that's
it pays
good.
the most.
I've heard that's like nice.
It pays the
Okay,
most to
good know.
artists, so it costs a
Awesome.
lot to use, though. Unfortunately, it's like
Pr-
almost
yeah.
$20 a month, so it's really
Oh, wow.
expensive.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
But they pay their artists like, I think it's like 50 cents a stream, or like 5 cents a
Okay.
stream. I don't know. It's a lot.
Better than Spotify. Protect artist rights.
Yeah, please. Anyways, this
Yes.
is another podcast. This is another.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
going on a tangent.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back at some point with another episode. But again, thank you so much, Elia, for being on the show. Much appreciated. Love ya.
Thank you for having me. Love ya.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. We say bye into camera. Ready? 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Bye.
Bye.